Hi, it's a Mobile Max in West Hollywood. It's December 22nd, 2025. 3 days until Christmas. Anyway, I want to preface by saying there are some honorable and patriotic billionaires. Where would we be without Elon Musk? God forbid. He's been the tip of the spear in the rebellion against the gangster Democrats. At any rate, Elon Musk is a good man, and I'm glad he's on our side. Also, Google. Do you know what the motto of Google is? Do no evil. I don't know anything else, but a company with that motto, I like. Do no evil. And through the decades, I've recognized that Google is a good company, and it does good things, and good for democracy, and good for competition and stuff like that. But Google is good. But there's other billionaires who are not so good, who think of themselves as kings and queens. And let's get rid of this democracy so the smart people can rule. Anyway, all this is powered by what? What powers everything? Money, dollars. And they've been printing out tens of trillions of dollars. So technology companies can invest in R&D, research and development. And they can buy startups. But here's the kicker. Out of every 50 startups, 49 fail and declare bankruptcy. And maybe while they're failing, their employees are getting rich. This has happened many times. Like Theranos. There's a good example. It went on for what, like 12 years? And the woman, CEO, got rich, committing absolute fraud. Anyway, what I'm trying to point out is you need tens of trillions of dollars to have startups and multiple startups. Okay, let me show you an example. Here are 60 of Amazon's biggest failures up to 2025. Failed startups or diversified companies that Amazon owned or bought. And here are the 60 biggest that failed. And all sorts of money had to be sunk into them just to find out it was a failure. Okay, 60 biggest Amazon failures. Number 1, Fire Phone. Fire Phone was a failed smartphone. Not only was the product overpriced, but its unique features of 3D visualization and identification were also of no utility. Details of the project. Started in 2014, closed in 2016. Category, software and hardware. Cause of failure, poor product. Number 2, dash buttons. Amazon dash button was discontinued due to the introduction of advanced alternatives such as virtual dash buttons and dash replenish service. Started in 2015, closed in 2019, category e-commerce, cause of failure obsolete. Pets.com, number 3, Pets.com. Pets.com was Pets.com was a pet supply website Amazon invested in. The company was making losses every month, and it became a major victim of the .com bubble. Boy, this was a while ago. Yeah, remember the 2000 .com bubble when all these .com various stocks collapsed because they didn't have any services or product they could sell to the public. At any rate, Pets.com started in 1998, closed in 2000, Category, e-commerce. Cause of failure, multiple reasons. Number 4 on Amazon's 60 biggest failures, Amazon Auction. Amazon Auction was Amazon's version of eBay. The platform came to an end as Amazon's enthusiasm died down and it slowly started neglecting the service. Details of project: started in 1999, closed in 2001. Category, e-commerce. Cause of failure, multiple reasons. Amazon Destinations. Amazon Destination was a local getaway travel agency. Despite its niche, the fierce industrial competition was a barrier for Amazon to penetrate the market. Details of Amazon Destinations. Started in 2015, closed in 2015. That was quick. Category, travel. Cause of failure, competition. Well, you've been seeing all the advertising on the other ones who advertise so much on every media. All right, on to number 6. Number 6, myhabit.com. MyHabit was a membership-only online retail store relying on its flash sales business model. It closed down as the popularity of flash sales started dying down. What are flash sales? I guess that's like immediate impulse sales, like you're going along the internet and you look at, I want that! Flash impulse sales, as opposed to, well, you actually need something like a stove or an ironing board. You need those to do a task, versus flash sales, which is just pure impulse. Anyway, MyHabit was a membership-only online retail store relying on its flash sales business model. It closed down as the popularity of flash sales started dying down. I think I already said that. Anyway, started in 2011, closed in 2016. Category, e-commerce. Cause of failure, obsolete. Number 7 on Amazon's 60 greatest failures. LiveBid.com. Number 7, LiveBid.com. LiveBid was an online auction platform acquired by Amazon. It was discontinued as Amazon stopped pursuing the auction business for more profitable ventures. Details of project: started in 1996, closed in 2001. Category, e-commerce. Cause of failure, obsolete. Number 8, Buy VIP. Buy VIP. Buy VIP was a member-only luxury goods e-commerce acquired by Amazon. It closed down as it struggled to stay profitable and with its flash sales business model. Boy, this the flash sales business model is very temporary, I guess. Started in 2006, closed in 2010. Buy VIP, that is. Buy VIP. Category, e-commerce. Cause of failure, unprofitable. Of course, so many of these startups and people pour billions into them and they've yet to make a profit. It's like the future, like they've got a crystal ball and they know what the future is going to bring, so they risk billions and most of the time they fail. And you're like, well, wait a second, where does this money go? It's just washed into the system. Debt. Trillions of dollars in debt. Just washes into the system. And of course, if you keep on printing out money, your debt gets actually smaller because of what? Inflation. Hyperinflation. So getting debt is the way to go. Nothing happens to you if you don't pay it. And it'll shrink over time because of hyperinflation. Anyway, on with the 60 biggest failures of Amazon. Next one is number 9, Book Surge. Number 9, Book Surge. Book Surge was an inventory-free publishing platform with on-demand book printing service. On-demand book printing service. It shut down as Amazon merged Book Surge into CreateSpace. Details of project started in 2000, closed in 2005. Category: education. Cause of failure: obsolete. Number 10, Whole Foods 305. Whole Foods 365. Amazon closed down its supermarket chain Whole Foods 365 as it had no significant advantage once Amazon had acquired Whole Foods. I guess Whole Foods 365 was like one of those Chinese counterfeit things. It was a knockoff. So Whole Foods 365, I guess the judges allowed that as a name because it wasn't Whole Foods. It was Whole Foods 365. And naturally, Whole Foods is just regular, words. They're not special words, so anybody can use Whole Foods. So just to change the name, you say Whole Foods 365. I guess they tried to copy Whole Foods, and instead they just bought the whole thing. That's right, Amazon owns Whole Foods now, whether you knew that or not. They've had it quite a while now, I think at least 10 years. Anyway, started in 2016, closed in 2019. Category: food and beverage. Cause of failure: obsolete. Alright, well, you get the idea. There's 50 more of these. And this is about innovation and creation. We want to be on the top of the food chain, the United States of America, that is. In order to facilitate being on top of the food chain for internet, technology, biotech, computers, software, hacking into the systems. Remember? The Chinese and the North Koreans and the Russians, they all hacked into our companies. Like, wasn't that about 5 years ago? We had massive hacks. Yeah, computers and software can be a weapon. That's right. That's the #1 weapon nowadays, is artificial intelligence. So the United States has got to be #1 on facilitating a powerful artificial intelligence structure to fight off these demon North Koreans and Chinese and Russian hackers. At any rate, any firm associated with software, computers, or the internet are hired by our intelligence agencies. All of them almost have contracts with the CIA. Amazon has a huge contract for, I think it's almost $1 billion, to provide internet, cloud internet, or cloud structure. Anyway, it's the cloud. They have, for the CIA, that is. And many other technology companies have similar contracts with other intelligence systems, intelligence departments. Anyway, the bottom line is this: if you're working for an intelligence agency doing high-level security work, protecting the computers from the hackers, well, you're pretty much untouchable. You can do anything you want, and nobody can stop you, and that's what's happened lately. So it's like billionaires, and on top of being a billionaire, they're integrated into America's defense stratus. So they're classified, and they're intelligence operatives. So they're protected, and they're billionaires too. So they just decided, hey, all these stupid people in democracy, let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of those stupid people. Besides, anybody born in the United States, and this is true, including me, Americans are born spoiled. We are spoiled brats if you were born in the United States of America. They tell you how wonderful you are and how many rights you have, and you're a superhuman, you're a hero, all those hero movies. Anyway, the problem is, when it comes to hard work, we're not used to hard work. No hard work for anybody born in the United States. Consequently, if you want something built or done and need like thousands of people, well, illegal aliens who are men, young men, they work much harder than somebody born in the United States. That's right, all these millions of people pouring in from other countries under the Biden administration, that's to procure labor. It's cheap labor, and they're hard workers. These illegal aliens, they work their ass off. I had a couple on my roof like a week ago. These mothers come in the morning, they get like 30 minutes for lunch, and they work till the very end. They're hard-working people. That's the reason all these illegal immigrants have migrated up here, because large tech wanted to build their data centers. They got data centers now all over the United States. Huge projects. Need plenty of hard-working, cheap labor. That's the bottom line. You look at the fraud and the embezzlement and the criminality of all these democratic states and cities that just handed out taxpayer money to criminals and poor people and had no observation, no accountability. Just took taxpayer money and threw it away, threw it to them. And a lot of it ended up in their own pockets too. But this pales in comparison to the tens of trillions of dollars that's been let loose for high technology and data centers and microchip foundries. And these are, you ask me, these billionaires in technology, except for a couple good people like Elon Musk and Google, they think of themselves as kings and queens, and they do what's good for them. They don't care if inflation spikes by 500%. They're protected. They have assets, they have companies, they have stocks, they have gold, they have real estate. So anything that goes up in the monetary side, they are compensated, because real estate and other things are like basic, values. So they go up with the value of the money. At any rate, the bottom line is rich people are profit from hyperinflation. They don't suffer. It's the little guys who suffer, the ones without assets. And these billionaire tech guys don't give a shit. They envision a world like China. That really suits them. They love Chinese, millions and millions of cameras and data on every citizen. Any rate, we're in a bad situation here. These are powerful, powerful people who are basically untouchable. They bought the damn studios and the media. I mean, what's this thing about newscasters and people on television? You know, no white men. You know, you see on professional football, they got something written on the back of their helmets, always like, end racism. Give me a fucking break. These fucking Democrats, like here in California, have discriminated and are racist against white males. Blatant, endemic, pervasive discrimination against white males. I went into the DMV just a few days ago. Not one white face in the whole crew of them. And that's the way the state of California, the county of Los Angeles, and the city of Los Angeles roll. They are racist. Blatant, obvious racism against straight white males. No jobs for straight white males. You straight white males and everybody who's a white male, unite. Let's fight back. Use your wallet, whatever you got to do. These people are stubborn and arrogant. Fight back. Unite, white men. Unite and fight back. All right, that's all I got to say. Bye.